Alright. I have absolutely no idea. I wonder if that's gonna be a constant thing. I'm sure it is. I mean, they put it in the game, right? Hi again, Cthulhu. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I can keep my word. Well, I'm back at a literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Cthulhu. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not even accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you're planning to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plots back into her seat. Don't worry guys, Cthulhu's always coming in his best. As long as he's having fun, he helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayuri, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I may be a little jealous. How come? You and Cthulhu can become good friends too. Sayuri. Huh? I don't understand why that's so weird. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayuri? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? No, never mind. Sayuri made it sound like it was a big, like a big deal, but it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I wouldn't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here... Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'd like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I will, I'm an idiot. I look forward to hearing what you think. It's gonna be short sentences, I can tell you that. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I'll catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sinks another glance at me, and our eyes meet in a split second. And that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mothered that. Sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed you in the first place. Ouch. But I'm just rereading a bit of it, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how you come to have 2 copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Should I save soon? I feel like I should in a bit. Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portraits of whatever the fuck. There's an ominous looking eye symbol in the front of the cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles. That was not a gentle giggle. I was all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Cthulhu? Cthulhu can handle it. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into this. So she's so shy and recluse on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because somebody wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophies and they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? I like this girl. She's really nice. I guess I like her because she's explaining literature to me. And I like when somebody explains storytelling to me. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. I keep giving random girls accents, but I feel like I shouldn't let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club anyway. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading right now. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just, sometimes I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I'm wondering if that weird cut was because they, made it so that we would hang out with her a little more. It's interesting because I'm noticing... I'm wondering if we wrote the poem and it was more towards any of the other girls, it would have been for them. We're gonna pursue this girl because she's cool, and I'm interested to see what comes up. There's some dark things obviously amiss. This book is weird, but nothing weird has happened yet, or nothing seems too out of the ordinary. I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Hey, it's a different perspective. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumbs and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes met. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if you take a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished with the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently let go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second-guessing all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but there's kind of a oh my god. What is that word? I know what the word is. I just literally can't say it. Resemblance. I want to say resemblance. Some of your mannerisms. I see. It's weird that I got mannerisms, but I have absolutely no idea what the other word was. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Cthulhu, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really don't know where No, you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more or less meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Hey! It's that part in the scene where the character just blasts through. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. Uh-oh. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri. Exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you had been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hands from her books, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright? I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write the poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now that everyone is ready, why don't we find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Sayuri and Monika enthusiastically put out their poem. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from here where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their own bags. I do the same myself. Oh, should I show my poem to first? Uh-oh.